the Mindful Life Practice.
An archive of everything. So keep going with your half circles and just kind of notice how your neck is feeling. I think I slept funny on one side, so I'm really feeling it on that left shoulder. Just kind of observe what you're working with. And then the next time you rock all the way over, you're gonna rock to the right side, drop the right earlobe towards the right shoulder, and then maybe take your right palm and use it as like a little anchor, just kind of dropping and stretching through the left traps muscles. Now this is a part of the body where we gather a lot of our tension and a lot of our stress. Maybe play with extension of the opposite arm and take one more breath. And then lift all the way up. And then we'll take it the opposite way. So stretching the other way. 3 breaths on this side. And then come all the way back up. Keep your right palm where it is. Take an inhale. We're going to stretch over and then just breathe into the left side body. And then take an inhale, lift all the way up, and then stretch the opposite way. Come all the way up. We're going to take it into a twist. So your left hand is going to land on your right knee and then gaze over the right shoulder. And then come all the way back through center and twist the opposite way. Nice. Let's come all the way back through center. We're just going to take our hands onto the mat, come onto the knees and land into a tabletop pose. So this class is Vinyasa style. We'll be kind of moving fluidly from one pose to the next. Please just take it at whatever pace feels good for you. Know that you don't have to do every pose. We're gonna start inhaling and tilting at the pelvis. You're gonna lift your head up. This is called your cow. And then exhale, curl the spine, tuck your chin. This is your cat. Let's take 3 more rounds like this. Inhaling into your cow. And then exhaling into your cat. 2 more. And then take 1 more round. And after that round, you're gonna come all the way back into a bit of a gentle cow and just stay there. Okay, we're gonna try a type of pranayama. I have to tell you something. I have never ever taught this pranayama in a yoga class because I've always been worried that people would think it was weird and I was weird. But because I can't see you guys and you can't see each other, I think it's a great opportunity for us to try. So this is called lion's breath. And how you're gonna do lion's breath, I'm gonna face you so you can see. You're gonna stick your tongue out and then inhale, exhale, and go. Okay, taking a couple breaths like this, inhaling. Let's do 2 more, breath in. And then take 1 more. Okay, just close up and take normal inhales and normal exhales. Keep your left knee exactly where it is on the mat. Lengthen your right leg long behind you. Generally, you want your right hip level with your left here, so it might want to stack up and just draw it back down. And then maybe you lift the opposite arm. You definitely don't have to. If you're feeling out of balance today, which I know a lot of us are, we're feeling off balance at this point in our life, you can have the hand back down. Okay, and we're gonna move through a core warm-up. So as you inhale, lengthen, and then as you exhale, curl the elbow in to meet the knee. Taking 3 more rounds, breath in, and then breath out. 2 more, breath in, and then breath out. 1 more, take a breath in, and then take a breath out. And then just inhale, extend all the way back. Land the palms and land the knees. Move through 1 cat-cow just to rinse out through the body. And then we'll move the opposite way. So left leg extends. Maybe you lift the opposite. Draw your navel in. Try to make your spine one neutral long line and level your hip. And then on your breath in, keep extended. And on your breath out, curl. So this is like a moving meditation with the breath. Inhale. And then exhale. 2 more. And then 1 more. Land the palm and land the knees. Tuck your toes under. You're gonna lift up into a plank pose first. So maybe walk your palms a little bit, walk your legs back. So you're making one long line with the body. If you need to be on the knees for a low plank, you can. Let's just breathe into it for 5, for 4, core turning on for 3, for 2, and then on 1, lift your hips up and back, come into your first down dog. So in this shape, generally, you want your palms spreading wide, your weight evenly distributed, your hips lifting up and back, and try to kind of relax through the head, release any tension, maybe rock the head from side to side. And then bend through both knees, and then walk your feet up to meet your hands. Take an inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. And then inhale, circle both palms up. Reach your palms up overhead. Interlace your palms overhead. Reach them up towards the sky on your breath in. And then exhale to the right. So you're coming into a bit of an extension for the side body. Take your palms all the way back up. And then stretch the opposite way. Come all the way up, lift through both palms, reach through the fingertips, and then bend through the knees, take it into a forward fold. Take your inhale, halfway lift. Take your exhale, fold, and we're gonna make our way into our very first vinyasa. So step your feet back, land your knees onto the mat for the first one. Slowly lower, triceps going back. Inhale, lift the heart up, find a back bend. Exhale, lower. And then shift through a table all the way back into your down dog. Take 1 breath here, in and out. And then bend through the knees, gaze forward, step your feet up to meet your hands. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, step your big toes together, bend through the knees, sit into your chair. Okay, so here we are in our strong chair. We're gonna hold for a few breaths, just building fire in the heart, fire in the legs. See that your knees are sliding back, your toes are out in front of your knees. Can you sit a little lower and tuck your tailbones? Just give it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale to lower, plant the palms, step back, find your plank. Now I'm gonna invite you, if you're regular at yoga, you can move through your vinyasa with your knees lifted. Otherwise, you can lower the knees and then lower all the way down. The point is that you want to build strength in the arms and support your spine and move from a place of authenticity, right? The awesome thing about yoga at home is that no one else can see you. So your ego is just out the door, right? It doesn't matter. Take the right leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog, just to stretch through the left calf. And then we're gonna land the right foot. Take a stretch through the left leg. Land that foot back down. Bend through your knees, gaze forward, and step or hop feet up to meet the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. I promise we won't move this quickly later on. Bend through the knees, sit back, find your chair. We're just kind of trying to get the heart moving as we warm up. One more breath in chair. And then exhale to fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to lower. Step the feet back, find your plank. Move through your flow, and we'll come all the way up to a down dog. From your down dog, lift your right leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog, and this time we're gonna bend through the right knee and step the right foot between the hands. If your foot can't get all the way there, use your hands to hop it forward. Press through your right big toe, and as you inhale, lift up to your crescent lunge. It's okay if you're wobbly. You're still a good person. Take one more breath. And then hinge your way forward. Step your right foot back. If you're regular at yoga and you want a challenge, maybe you keep the toes lifted as you vinyasa. Otherwise, you can lower. Making your way all the way back to a down dog. And then one more time, inhale your left leg up. Take your left knee in, step your left foot between your palms, and then inhale all the way up into a crescent lunge. Lift through the arms, relax through the shoulders, give yourself a breath. And then exhale it forward. Maybe you take that vinyasa on the opposite side. Maybe you're just straight back to your down dog. Give yourself a breath. Then bend through the knees, gaze forward. Step the feet up to meet the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. We're doing one more warm-up flow. So find your chair. Find the middle here between like your strongest chair and your most lazy chair. I want you to find the middle of like energy and intensity, and then stay for a breath. And then exhale forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to lower back down. Step back, either move directly to your down dog or flow. I'm gonna skip the flow. Take your right leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. This time, bend through the right knee and stack the hips, so just open up a little bit. Slowly unwind that and draw your right knee in. Step your right foot between the palms. Okay, let's inhale to lift up. Exhale, open into a warrior two. Take an inhale, reverse the warrior. And then exhale all the way up. Windmill palms to the mat. You got it. This time we're gonna land onto the left knee. Find yourself into a low lunge and take it into a little bit of a twist. So your left palm will stay where it is. Right palm lifts up, and then either stay here, twisting towards the right thigh, or placing the right palm on the sacrum. Maybe if you're a regular practitioner, you take your left heel into your bottom. This is quite an intense quad stretch. So if it doesn't feel good, back off. Authentic in our practice, authentic in our feelings, authentic in our bodies. Let's unwind that. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee. And then either go straight back to a plank, flow through a vinyasa, or come into a side plank. And if you're coming into side plank, Vashisthasana, you'll roll onto the outer edge of the left foot, take your right foot to the side, and then either it stays here, or you step the foot back, you stack, you stagger, you lift, your choice. Give it 3, give it 2, and then give it 1, vinyasa. So if you've done my other classes this week, you know that I've been complaining. Usually when I teach yoga, I don't do a lot of the yoga. I just tell you guys to do it and I watch. And so this has actually been quite challenging for me to do the yoga and talk at the same time, but it's probably really good for me. Let's take our left leg up towards the sky, 3-legged. Bend through the left knee, stack the hips. Slowly unwind. Draw your left knee in. Step your left foot between the palms. Inhale. Wait, did we just do this side? No, we didn't. We're good. Warrior 2. Then I start talking and then I don't know what I'm doing. Inhale, reverse the warrior. And then exhale all the way up. Windmill palms to the mat, frame the foot. Now I know what I'm doing. Right palm stays where it is, left palm spirals to the sky. Either you stay here or you twist, or maybe you work into the quad stretch. It's like 3 options on a menu, your choice. Take 1 more breath. Then let's release the foot and unwind. Tucking the toes, either moving directly back to your plank and your down dog, or coming into the side plank, the Vashisthasana. Give it 3, 2, and then on 1, we're all gonna meet up in a child's pose. So coming back through your down dog, bending the knees, sitting the hips back on the heels, and just giving your forehead or your third eye some rest. As you're resting in your child's pose, maybe imagining that your body, it's like this glass of water full of sand and it's been stirred and stirred and stirred. And then as you drop into stillness here, the sand settles, the water clears. Sand settles, water clears. Now from your child's pose, we are going to just roll our way up, back into a table. I want you to walk your palms forward, come into a plank again. So your choice, whether it's plank with your knees on the mat or plank with your knees lifted. You want to start to engage your core. Now the difference here from down dog, in down dog you're up here with your bottom up in the sky, and in your plank you're in a 1 long line. You're really pushing the ground away from you. Core is turning on. Let's give it 5, 4, 3, 2, and then on 1, your right elbow lands, and then your left, you're in a forearm plank. You got this. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then on 1, land the hips, untuck the toes, and expand through the heart, finding your Sphinx. Option here to just breathe normally. Or if you were digging that lion's breath, then take your lion's breath if you want to. Inhaling, tongue out. Exhaling. Inhale. And 1 more. I'm gonna roll down and we're gonna take 3 back bends. Okay, so for the first one, palms are alongside the hips. As you inhale, lift your shoulders, lift your hands, lift your toes, finding this locust pose. Now I want you to extend from the crown of the head all the way through the soles of the feet. Keep your gaze low. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then on 1, lower and land a cheek, taking a deep breath in, and then a deep breath out. Second back bend, you can take that one, or you might interlace your palms behind the sacrum. If your shoulders feel tight, then don't bother. Lifting up, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1 to lower, and then land a cheek. And then for the last one, you can either take the first back bend, you can take the second, or you might kick your heels in towards your bottom, take your palms to your ankles, and then come into this upward bow. This is, again, quite an intense stretch for your spine, so be mindful. Is this pose making me feel good, or is it making me feel bad? The point of yoga is to take away stress from our life, not add to it, right? So don't do something if it doesn't feel authentic to you. I am authentic. Give it one more breath. And then lower down. Rest a cheek. Push your palms under your shoulders. We're going to gently and slowly and mindfully lift all the way up. Just let the spine neutralize in a table. Sit the hips back again. Rest into a child's pose. And we're going to get ready for our main flow. That was just the warm-up. Lift up into a table. Now we're about to do some core work from the down dog that can be quite challenging. If it feels better for you, please return to exactly what we did at the start of the class, just like this, okay? And if you're ready to try another level, you're gonna lift all the way up into a down dog. And then your right leg is gonna lift up towards the sky. The first option is to bend through the right knee, stack the hips, reach the right toes to the side, and then maybe you flip your dog, extend through the left leg, so you're on the left outer edge of the foot, you're on your right toes, and your right palm is reaching behind you. Come all the way back to a three-legged dog. And then right knee is gonna come into the chest core plank. Give it 3, 2, and then 1. Inhale, extend. Right knee is gonna come in and tap right elbow. 3, 2, 1, extend. Last one, right knee crosses the body, taps left elbow. Maybe you lengthen the right leg out, land onto the left heel, lift up towards the sky. This is your falling triangle. If you're like, what the heck is going on? Don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. It's just a pose. It's not the point of why we're here. Lift your right leg up and then draw your right knee in. Step your right foot between your palms. You did it. Land onto your left heel. Come all the way up into a warrior 2. Take some deep breaths. If that was a lot for your arms, you can just let them rest. One of my teachers, he taught me that, well, he said he always wondered why advanced students of yoga never seemed to take rest. And what he taught me is that advanced students just know how to rest in the pose. So it's not that they're not resting, but maybe they back off a little through the knee. Maybe they relax through the arms. You don't need to be at like this high level of intensity at all moments. Take skillful rest. Let's breathe in and reverse the warrior. And we're gonna hold here for a couple of breaths. Inviting side length through the right side body. And then come all the way up. Take the right elbow onto the right thigh and then reach the left fingertips forward. So now you're lengthening through the left side body. Let's come all the way back up to warrior 2. Do one more of each. Inhale, reverse. And then exhale, extended side angle. And then come all the way back up into the pose. We're gonna lengthen through the right leg, shorten your stance a little bit with your left foot. Take an inhale, and then exhale, hinge forward. Take your right arm alongside your right leg and lift your left fingertips up towards the sky. Now, option here, you can stay in the triangle. If you want to play around with your balance, you might shift your weight onto your right foot and your right fingertips and lift your left leg up towards the sky. Now, we have done some back bending. We have done some quad stretching. Then another variation of this pose you can take is kicking your left heel towards your bottom, gripping your palm to your left foot, pressing down through the big toe. This is called sugar cane. Let's stay for 3, for 2, and then for 1, just release it, and then step the left foot all the way back. I'm gonna turn around so that I'm facing you guys, because I realize I'm not facing you. Lengthen through the right leg. Turn all 10 toes to face one side wall. Now you're gonna take your heels in, your toes out. Hands can be on the hips, bend through the knees, and sit into what's called your Buddha squat. Okay, let's take our palms, interlace them at the back of the head, lengthen up, take a breath in, and then exhale, take it to one side. So you're like doing a core plank, not a core plank, a core move, but you're standing. Okay, let's inhale, come all the way up, and then exhale the other way. So you're also inviting length through the side body. Breath in, and then breath out. And really the whole reason we're doing this with the upper body, lift in, and then exhale, is I'm just trying to distract you from like the intense discomfort you're feeling in your thighs. Let's take one more of each. And then come all the way back up to neutral. Just take your palms into heart center. Know that we are not going to be in this pose forever. This pose will pass. Yoga is like resiliency training. We're learning how to sit in discomfort and be okay with it. Take one more breath. And then lift all the way back up. You did it. Turn your right toes back to the front of the room. We're going to take one more standing balancing pose. So lift off of your left heel. I'm just facing the other way because I turned around. Hands can be either on the hips, heart center, or extended beside you. And then just lengthen into your warrior 3. Now, if you want to challenge your balance, you might bend through the right knee and then lengthen up. 3 more of these bending and then lengthen. 2 more. And then 1 more. Tilt all the way up to stand. Take your left knee into your chest. Interlace the palms on the left shin. Okay, option here. You can stay with your left knee into the chest. Maybe you take your hands on your hips and then extend the left leg in front of you as far as you can. Now know that we have this tendency to want to lean back when we do this, and see if you could draw your body upright, and then just keep your balance for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and then for 1, land that left foot. Take a deep inhale, hands up. Exhale your palms into heart center. Let your thumbs connect to your heartbeat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Letting go of movement, receiving stillness. Letting go of that effort and receiving a bit of ease. Inhale both palms up towards the sky, upward mountain. Exhale, fold. Take an inhale to halfway lift. And then exhale to lower back down. Find yourself into a forward fold. We're gonna hang out here for a couple of breaths. I'm gonna give you some options. You can grip your palms to opposite elbows. You can interlace the peace fingers around the big toes, if you know what I'm talking about, taking your peace fingers, big toes. Or if you know how to thread your palms underneath the soles of the feet, You can try that. This is a really deep stretch. If your hamstrings are tight, if you haven't done yoga in a few years, please don't do it. Authenticity with what feels good and what doesn't. Let's release whatever grip you have. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. And then make your way all the way back into a plank. Land the knees. Lower down. Oh wait, I lied. I wanted to do something else. Lift back up into your low plank. We are going to take our Yogi Push-Ups, which I love doing because they help build arm strength, something that I've neglected for many years. So in your low plank, you're going to draw your triceps back and then push the ground away. That's 1. We're going to go all the way up to 8. So lower, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 more, 8, lower down. And then just find yourself into your Sphinx. So elbows come underneath the shoulders. Take deep breaths. Option to take that lion's breath if you like. Three breaths. And then just keep the palms underneath the shoulders. Lift up through a table. And then find your way all the way back to a down dog. Okay, we're gonna move through this flow on the opposite side now. So we're starting again with that core. If you wanna come down onto your table, that is okay. And if you're up in your down dog, we're gonna take our left leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Bend through the left knee, stack the hips. Maybe you choose to flip your dog, landing the left toes, landing on the outer edge of the right foot, lifting your left arm behind you. Slowly unwind back to your three-legged dog. And then take the left knee in with you. So come forward, core plank for 3, for 2, and then 1. Inhale, extend. Left knee taps to the left elbow. Give it 3, 2, 1. You got this, extend. And then last one, left knee taps the right elbow, crisscross the body. Maybe you flip into that triangle thing. Come all the way back, you got it. Give a big step with your left foot forward. Lift all the way up. I'm gonna turn around again. Always facing the wrong direction. We're gonna land onto the right heel and then come all the way back into that warrior 2. And do whatever you want with your arms. So they might be just resting. Take deep breaths. Try to find the middle in your pose. The middle, it's like the Goldilocks position, right? Between your most intense pose and like your most easy pose. And as your body finds the middle, your mind starts to find the moment. Let's take a reversed warrior. So breathe into your left side body, inhale. And then exhale all the way up. Find your extended side angle, left elbow on the left thigh, reach the right fingertips, just feel an extension. And then come all the way back up, lengthen through your left leg. Wiggle your right toes in a little bit, take a breath in, and then hinge your way forward. Left arm might clock alongside left leg, right fingertips reach up towards the sky. And then choose whether you want to stay in your Trikonasana, whether you want to shift weight onto your left foot and your right foot, finding your half moon. Maybe kicking your heel towards your bottom, coming into a sugar cane. Take one more breath. And then extend through the leg again. Let's step the right foot back. This time we're gonna come into a wide-legged forward fold. So inhale, toes point towards the side, and then exhale, hinge forward. Grip your palms to opposite elbows, let the head and neck dangle. Rock from side to side, releasing. Just kind of letting go of any of the tension that's accumulated in your head and neck. Rolling the weight of your day or your week or your life just off your shoulders and out of you. Release the palms, inhale, halfway lift, and then take your palms onto your hips. Just come all the way up. Turn your left toes to face back to the front of the room. So we're coming into our one more balancing pose. So from your crescent lunge, you step forward, bringing your right hip level with your left. You're making this like uppercase T with the body. Oh my goodness, I'm about to fall. The pose is not supposed to look like that. I'm this big believer that if you're out of balance in your balancing poses in yoga, it means that you're out of balance in the rest of your life. And I've been feeling lately like I can't do any of these balancing poses. And it's probably because like the whole world has flipped upside down in the last week. So just be okay with whatever you're working with today. Just give it one more breath. And then come all the way up to stand, knee in. Either staying here with the palms interlaced on the shin, or maybe lengthening the leg out behind you. It helps to look at one point. This is called a drishti point in yoga. Helps you settle your gaze. Just give it 3, give it 2, and then 1, land the foot. Just take a moment in your Tadasana. This is your mountain pose. Hands at heart center. As the body finds the middle, the mind finds the moment. Is there wisdom in the middle? Is there wisdom in the present moment? Let's inhale both palms up towards the sky. Exhale into a fold. Take your inhale to halfway lift. And then exhale your way back down. Wiggle your feet wide, heels in, toes out. Sit your bottom down. This is your squat. I'm gonna turn so that you can see what I'm doing. If this is really tight for your hips, you don't need to be here. You can be here like doing this, okay? Same thing. And if you've taken my other vinyasa classes the past few days, you know we've been working on crow pose. If you want to do crow, if you're an advanced yogi, I didn't do this pose until like 5 years of practicing yoga, so you don't have to do it. But if you want to try, it's your opportunity. Just taking your hands up, lifting your knees, maybe slowly floating forward. Please be super careful if you're doing it because I can't see you. If you're coming into your crow, keep your gaze forward. And if you're just chilling with me, then just chill with me. Let's stay for one more breath. And then if you are trying crow, come back to this squat. And we are all going to just sit back on the bottom for a second. Do a tiny little core segment, lifting the legs. Take an inhale. And then exhale, lower. This is an Ardha Navasana. Inhale, lift all the way up. You're balancing on the sits bones here. This is Navasana. And then exhale, lower. Just 2 more, breath in, curl. And then breath out, lower. And then 1 more inhale. And then exhale to lower. Just hover for 3, for 2, and then 1. Come all the way up for a moment and just sit crisscross and watch me. Okay, so we have been opening through the back body. We've been opening through the heart, working through the neck. We've been leading up to a back bend called Camel Ustrasan. I'm just gonna show it to you. If you wanna do full wheel, if that's part of your yoga practice, you can do full wheel. If you don't wanna do this pose, you don't have to. I'll show it to you, you can give it a try. Okay, so your knees are on the mat, your toes are tucked, you're lengthening up, and then you're gonna put your palms onto your back pockets, like your imaginary jean back pockets, okay? Take a breath in, and then on your exhale, hinge backwards, and maybe you're just like staying right here. That is totally fine. Maybe you can reach towards one foot behind you and then the next. I am an advocate for keeping your chin tucked in this pose. It's called Jalandhara Bandha. Different lineages of yoga do it differently, but I had some teachers who taught me that, you know, the weight of your head is quite heavy to lean back, so that's why I've always done it this way. Staying in whichever pose you're in for 2 more breaths. And then just take your palms onto your back body, lift all the way up, untuck your toes, sit your hips back on your heels, rest your palms onto your thighs and breathe in through the nose. And then breathe out through the mouth. 1 more in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just come forward, rock to one side, come all the way back onto your yoga mat. We are going to just do a tiny bit of stretching before we head into our Shavasana. So take your right foot, cross your right ankle on your left thigh, flex your right toes, either staying here or pushing your right palm into your right thigh, maybe lifting the left knee, interlacing the palms. We're just gonna linger in a pigeon stretch. And so I said at the start of our class that our traps muscle is like the #1 hot spot for carrying stress. And I'm gonna tell you that I think this is hot spot #2. So if you're feeling tight here, it could be for 2 reasons. It could be that you've just been sitting on your couch all week. And it also could be an emotional stress buildup of everything happening in the world. So whatever shows up in this pose, just breathe into it and breathe out to it. Just kind of letting your authentic feelings be present. Be patient with them. Take 1 more breath. And then land the left foot, land the right foot, and then we'll take it the opposite way. So left foot crosses, plant your left palm onto your left thigh. Either stay here or interlace the palms on the thigh or the shin. Moving into your shape for 3. And then 2. And then 1. Let's just release the right foot, release the left foot. We're gonna open the arms into cactus arms on the mat, draw the knees in, and then just drop both knees over to the right, and then take your gaze over to the left. Open the right arm all the way back up. Take the knees all the way back through center. And then just drop them the other way, gazing over the shoulder. Take your knees all the way back up. Give yourself one last little hug. And if there's any last poses that would seal off your practice, maybe a happy baby, maybe a butterfly. There's no right or wrong. Just giving yourself about 10 breaths to move into whatever shape you like. And then we're going to slowly stretch into our Shavasana. If you have your phone nearby still, I'm going to suggest that you make sure it's out of arm's reach. You can't see what's popping up on the screen. Because if we're not careful, we can let the news and let the chaos just overwhelm us. So let these 5 minutes be totally to yourself. Connecting to the rhythm of your breath and connecting to the rhythm of your heartbeat. And just know that I'll bring you back when the time is done. Just give your fingers and your toes a little wiggle. Run a stretch through the body. Curl your knees into your chest. Give yourself a tight little hug. And I want you guys just to rock onto your side for one moment. In your side, I want to share something with you. This is an email that was forwarded to me today by my principal. So if you work with me, you've read it. It made me cry. It doesn't take much to make me cry these days, but I want to share it with you guys. This is from a teacher that is in China. Oh, it's 1 minute to the hour, by the way, if you need to go. I know Nicole has work starting now. It's almost 5:30, whatever time it is, you're wherever you are. Anyway, if you can wait for a moment, I'm going to read this to you. It says, we are just finishing our 7th week of e-learning, 7 weeks of being housebound, 7 weeks of uncertainty. We are happy, we are healthy, we are humbled. As we watch the rest of the world begin their time inside, here are some of my reflections on the last 7 weeks. 1, accept that you have no control over the situation. Let go of any thoughts trying to plan too much for the next month or 2. Things change so fast. Don't be angry, don't be annoyed at the system. Anxiety goes down and you make the best of the situation, whatever that might be for you. Accept that this is what it is and things will get easier. Try not to listen to or read or watch too much media. It will drive you crazy. There is a thing as too much. The sense of community I have felt during this time is incredible. I could choose who I wanted to spend my energy on, who I wanted to call, message, and connect with, and I found the quality of my relationships improved. Appreciate the downtime. When do you ever have time like this? I will miss it when we go back to the fast-paced speed of the real world. Time goes fast. I still haven't picked up the ukulele I planned to learn, and there are box set TV shows I haven't watched yet. As a teacher, the relationships I built with my students only continued to grow. I love seeing how independent they are, filming themselves when they respond to tasks, learning essential life skills like balance, risk-taking, and problem-solving. Even we as adults are still learning. 7, you learn to appreciate the little things. Sunshine through the window, flowers blossoming, being able to enjoy a coffee in a cafe. To those that are just beginning this journey, you will get through it. Listen to what you are told, follow the rules, and look out for each other. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. If you're still down in this fetal position, just press your way up to seated. We're going to press our palms into heart center, lengthen through the spine, and relax the shoulders. We're going to seal our practice with an Om sound, and if you want to join, it's an inhale and then an exhale, and then an inhale through to make the Om. So take a breath in, a breath out, and then a breath in. We close with an intention, an ancient intention, perhaps the original intention. It's been passed from heart to heart, year by year. That our yoga practice remain steady, that our efforts be continuous, and that our yoga practice be of service and of benefit to all beings everywhere. May all beings be happy, may all beings be healthy, may all beings be free, and may the thoughts and actions of each of our lives contribute towards this. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, peace. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining. I'm gonna unplug the mic.
The Mindful Life Practice.